Hey humans, it's me, Dreimos. Calm, Dreimos, by the way, calm. You may notice that I'm in a much more serene state of being, very level, very holds my hands in a flat matter and stretches them out as though to show a flat plane or surface of some sort to represent a level of calmness that I in fact am. Yes, that's what I'm attempting to get across. So you may notice that I am not freaking out in a crazy manner, and that is because, in fact, I have, how do you say, molded. Is that a good representation of a mold? No. I have molded. Is that a mold? Can you mold like that? I have molded. No, that's like crippling hands. I have settled in to my new diet, which, believe it or not, was actually not a joke. My last video, entitled I Need Flavor, I of course was talking about how I was struggling with the fact that I was cutting flavor out of my life, how I was cutting all the great foods out of my life in an attempt to lose some weight, in an attempt to get all this crap out of my body so I can get more fit. Well, as previously stated, that was not a joke. That was actually very real, and even at the time, I don't even think I knew how real it was, how real it became, how real it was going to be. Anyway, what I'm trying to say is at the time, I really didn't have any future foresight. Future foresight, is that redundant? I believe it is. Future foresight. Anyway, I didn't see ahead and go, yes, that's my future. I'm gonna diet. I'm gonna throw my arms up forward like this in an attempt to show how serious I am about the diet. Yeah. No, I didn't do that. To be honest, this whole going off of Pepsi and flavor thing was actually kind of a mistake, so to speak. It all started because a couple weeks ago, my wife got this really bad toothache, like right back in there, like really bad. Well, I mean, it was as bad as most toothaches get. I mean, it gave her some pain, it was achy, she couldn't chew on things. She had some temperature sensitivity, you know, all the basic stuff that come with toothaches. Anyway, she went to the dentist and they said she needed a root canal. And she was like, oh, this is all because I drink Coke. I gotta get off my Coke. I really wish I had her to do that representation because I don't think I represent her very well. Anyway, the point of the matter is she went to the dentist because she had a toothache and the doctor told her she had a root canal and she's thinking, oh great, this is all because I drink so much Coke and I have all this candy all the time and all this junk food, which really is true. You know, pop and junk food do rot your teeth unless you're brushing like every single time you consume junk food, which isn't easy. Anyway, long story short, my wife says, I'm going off Coke. Can you go off Pepsi to support me? Now, pause, just to be clear, she said this before. She said she's gonna go off Coke to make her teeth stop rotting and she'll get on brushing them really good so she'll stop having to go to the dentist and yada yada yada. She's asked me that before and I'm always like, no, because I don't want to stop drinking Pepsi. Pepsi's glorious, I love Pepsi. But this one time I was just like, sure, I'll go off Pepsi, why not? I'll probably last about a day or two, but at least I'm putting out the effort and trying to do something loving for you, and at least you'll see that I'm trying, and at least it'll make me look like a good person, now won't it? Anyway, so on July 8th, I had 2 Pepsis left in my fridge, and I'm like, okay, well, I'll drink one of these, and today will be my last day, and I'll keep the other one for, you know, when I finally break, and I need a Pepsi, and I stopped this whole, I'm not drinking Pepsi anymore, because I knew it wasn't gonna last. That's what I believed at the time, anyway. Anyway, so the next day when I woke up, I'm like, okay, no Pepsi today, and then I'm like, you know what? If I'm not gonna drink Pepsi, what else can I cut out of my life for like 2 or 3 days as long as I last on this whole diet thing? Or so I thought at the time, and I'm like, okay, you know what, I'm gonna do this. For this whole week, I'm not gonna drink Pepsi, and I'm not gonna have any flavor, like I mentioned in my last video, because I'm like, yeah, flavor is all that good stuff, like all my flamethrowers from DQ, or my Teen Burger from A&W, or my Big Crunch from KFC. I'm like, yeah, you know, maybe this will be good for me. Maybe this will be good to cleanse some crap out of my body. Maybe just a week of this will be good. And, well, you saw what happened after a couple days of that. You saw how crazy it made me go. I went through lots of withdrawals, lots of tension headaches, mainly about the Pepsi, of course. But, I mean, I love grease, and I had a lot of close counters in that week where I wanted it so bad, and it was actually making me feel crazy. I just wanted sugar so bad. Like, so bad. And I don't know, as the days went on, like I said, I was on water and rice cakes, and as the days went on, I was like, it felt so terrible. And in that week I also went through a flu, but anyway, it felt terrible. My body just wanted all these things, all this crap so badly. But as the days went on, I'm like, you know, as tough as this is, man, I thought as tough as this is kind of cool that I'm not eating junk food. This is making me feel better, and this kind of brings me to my point in my video. There were a couple comments about, well, one specifically was talking about how what you eat doesn't really determine, you know, how fat you are, and about losing weight and all that kind of stuff, and it's all about exercise, and I actually do agree with you. That is very true, that it's all about exercise and getting out there and working out and staying fit and active, and that's true, but my side of it, the way that I see it, is that all that junk food, all those burgers and all those fries and milkshakes and blizzards and chips and sour cream, and oh boy do I love sour cream, but all that stuff, all that crap that you can eat, it actually just consumes your energy. All that energy that you could be using to work out is just sucked out of you. So it's like a vicious cycle. You eat junk food and you're like, well, I'll work it off by working out. I'll go for a walk. But you eat that junk food and it just makes you feel crappy. All that sugar in your system just makes you feel terrible. And then you look out the window and go, oh, I was going to go work off that nice double patty burger, but now I'm just going to sit here because I have no energy. And it's true. But when you start cutting that stuff out of your life and you start eating fruits and vegetable, which I don't really ever eat those, not until recently anyway. When you start putting those in your body, you'll start noticing that your energy levels are rising. And the fact is, I've actually experienced that. Ever since I went off Pepsi and all my junk food, like I haven't eaten out. I haven't gone and gotten junk food for myself. I haven't drank a Pepsi yet. Seriously, it's been since July 8th. I'm filming this on July 19th and I still have not consumed Pepsi or any massive amounts of junk food. And the fact is, I've been waking up every morning with so much more energy. Just look at my Heijnen channel, for instance. The last 4 videos I posted on there was like an entire day of me doing something. First of all, I got up and in the afternoon I went for a walk and I saw my wife on her lunch break and we walked around, then I walked all the way back home, and then I made a really nice dinner, which usually I don't have the energy for. Usually I sit around and I call my wife up before she gets off work and I go, hey, I'm not feeling up for making dinner because I'm all tired. Can you go get me a burger so that tomorrow I can have less energy to make dinner again? You can get me another burger? That's what it's usually like for me, but lately I've been able to make dinner every night because I have the energy to. It's not always just about a lack of motivation. Sometimes I just don't have the energy, and it's because of all the junk I'm putting in my body. It drains me of my natural energy, but lately it hasn't been like that. After I made a nice dinner, I went for another walk in the evening. I don't go for 2 walks. I don't go for 2 walks in one day, ever. But because I cut the junk out of my life, it has given me the energy and the personal motivation to get out there, to exercise, to stay fit, so I can feel better about myself on the inside. And that is exactly what I was going for. To cut the junk food, to regain energy, so I can get out there and exercise and be fit and look good in the end. Because fact is, despite my confidence levels, I am not the most physically attractive male ever. Well, I mean, who is? But that's not the point. I'm not satisfied with my body. Not because I have a problem with fat people or fat on my body, but I just feel bigger than I should be. I feel about 20 pounds heavier than I want to feel. And it's not about looks or aesthetics or anything like that, but when I'm lying on the ground playing with my kids and I struggle to sit up, I actually do struggle to sit up because of my belly. That makes me feel terrible about myself. But this dieting and exercising and getting in shape so I can feel better, that's what I want. That is my goal. And that's what the last couple months of my life have been about. Figuring out what I want, not only for long-term goals for myself, but what kind of person do I want to be? Do I want to be a guy who eats a lot of junk food, never exercises, and is kind of slightly overweight, never really takes care of himself? No, I want to be a guy who's in control of everything in his life and who only consumes the foods that are good for me and healthy, so that I can always be energetic. I can always be ready to go out there and do something fun, so that I can always be ready to do these videos. A life full of consuming junk, whether it's food or any other form of junk, is a life that's lacking serious quality. And it's not a life that I want. Anyway, so I'm dieting, I'm feeling great about it. I really hope that I can keep this up. I really hope that I can regain all the energy that I've lost over the last couple years. I hope I can wake up every morning and just feel great. Feel great! Oh, great! Oh, great! Anyway, humans, I hope you enjoyed my rant, and I will see you another time soon, because I'm back, and I'm back for good. Hopefully. Potentially not. No, just kidding. I'm back. Anyway, bye for now.